hope everyone is doing well whenever you tune in. This is going to be a general reading for air sign Aquarius, alright? So it is a general reading, it's a timeless reading, so general can cover anything like work, love, friends, health, etc. Alright, and it is timeless even though the title says July 17th through the 31st. For some of you, it can resonate 6 months in the past or 6 months in the future, a year in the past, a year in the future, okay, days, weeks, hours, minutes, seconds, however you want to interpret it, okay, but this is a timeless reading, and also whenever you see this reading, it is meant for you. Alright, so also wanted to say that this reading may also resonate for you even if you're not a sun, rising, moon, or Venus Aquarius. There still may be a particular message here for you, as we all have all 12 zodiac signs throughout our charts. So that's why I always encourage everybody, if you haven't already, to get a free birth chart online, even if you don't know your exact birth time, to find out your other placements. So for instance, if this video doesn't resonate with you, never force something that's not your story. Okay, so always check your moon, rising, and Venus signs as well as your sun sign. Alright, so here Aquarius, we're going to get into your reading in just a moment. I've shuffled all of your cards, and including your oracle cards that we're going to go over at the very end. So for people that are new, first of all, welcome so much, and if you're coming back, of course, welcome again too. I appreciate everybody's energy for being here. If you are new, I usually lately have been doing astrology notes that are general for everybody during this time frame, so from July 17th through the 31st. If you've already watched other readings in this time period and want to skip ahead to just get to the tarot reading, I will be providing a timestamp for that, alright? But for everybody else, I'm just going to go as you've never heard this information before, okay? So, on July 17th, we have a first quarter moon. On July 19th, Vesta, which is all about inspirations, plans, goals, is going to be entering into air sign Libra, okay? And so this is going to be going over themes of balance and beauty within aspirations, plans, and goals for some of you. And then on July 21st, Venus, which covers love and assets, right, is going to be entering into Earth sign Virgo, so covering themes of stability, balance, and organization. And then on the lovely July 22nd, we're going officially into Leo season. Alright, so the sun enters into Leo. On July 23rd, we have a full moon in Aquarius in your sign, okay? So that definitely will be a particular note for you, okay? Again, even if you're not a sun, moon, or rising Aquarius, it depends on where Aquarius is in your chart, right? We all have Aquarius, but it may be a particular note for some people to really be in that Aquarius energy, and you should be feeling more in your power and more of your personality coming out as well. That's kind of how I see it, but again, it will be different for everybody since it is general notes here, okay? Now going forward on July 27th, we have Mercury is going to enter into Leo as well. So Mercury rules communications, electronics. You can get more into it. I'm not going to list everything that Mercury represents, okay, but that's like the basic stuff. So Mercury, right, was in retrograde in Gemini in its ruling sign, and then it was in Cancer. It's still in Cancer now while I'm filming this, okay, but then it will be moving into Leo, so Leo themes could go around Mercury themes as well on that date, and a little bit before, a little bit after, it depends, okay? And then on July 28th, speaking of retrogrades, right, Jupiter is also still in retrograde, I believe so, for about another month, okay? When we're talking about Jupiter in retrograde, you know, still for another month or so, Jupiter in retrograde is going to be entering again into your sign here, Aquarius, on July 28th. Right, retrogrades get a bad rap. It doesn't mean that bad things are going to happen. It could be that you need to pay attention to some particular things that happened last time Jupiter was in retrograde and in your sign in Aquarius last year, okay? So that is something for some of you guys to think about as well. If it's not that, it could also be that some of you guys are going to be dealing with Jupiter and retrograde themes. You know, again, Jupiter covers, if you're not familiar, religion, education, travel, law, and also big wealth versus like everyday smaller forms of wealth, okay? So when this Jupiter retrograde goes into Aquarius, it could again have those themes be more in the energy of Aquarius, which is this very creative energy and this kind of rebellious energy. But again, it will really depend. So anyway, this is just a particular note to make for yourself if you want to, and check in and see how you feel during that time period. All right, going forward, we only have 2 more, okay? So then on July 29th, Mars, okay, which covers passion, creativity, right? Mars is the ruler of Aries, and Mars is also a warlike god, okay, Greek god. So Mars also covers anger issues, and Mars is going to be entering into Earth sign Virgo, okay, on July 29th. So it could be that you have some anger issues or frustrations or passion or creativity that's going to have some themes to do with Virgo themes of stability, organization, and grounding yourself as well, okay? Now on July 31st, Ceres, which is an asteroid, it's not a planet, but it is big enough and close enough to still affect us here on Earth, is going to be entering into air sign Gemini, okay? So Ceres is similar to the Greek goddess Demeter, okay? So she covers themes, agriculture, religion, food, gardening, cooking, okay, nourishment, nutrition, okay? And then also when you talk about the Greek goddess Demeter, you also have to mention Persephone, because one of the other themes that it lists here is grief, right? So when Persephone loses her daughter, she goes into the underworld, and that is when we have our winter months, okay? So that could be a particular note for some people, but not everybody, okay? Just only take what resonates. All right, and then the last thing that's going to be happening on the same day, on July 31st, is we have a last quarter moon. So else I was going to say was that at the end of the reading, I take one photo of all of the cards that I've pulled for you here today. So if you want to be able to access that at any time, to pull it up while you watch or listen, or just to see it up close at a later date, okay, there are instructions in the description box below if you click there about how to find my Facebook page and where it'll be posted there, okay? So if you are new, just wanted to shout out that I start with a spread of 6 cards in the center of the photo if you're looking at the photo, and I also will try to put up you know, on some side over here a smaller version of the photo in the background of this video later, okay? But we start off with your first main 6 cards, and then we get into your confirmation cards that is along the outside, and then depending on the reading, it's always in a different place. We will also go over what is on the top and the bottom of each deck here, okay? And then at the very end, we do your last 3 oracle cards. Now, when we talk about the first 6 cards, okay, the first row is energy starting around July 17th, okay? It can be a little bit before, a little bit after, going through that week and that upcoming weekend. And then the same kind of deal for the second row. So the second row is the last week and weekend of July. Again, it can be a little bit before, a little bit after. Go ahead and call out your cards here. Okay, so Aquarius, you have King of Sacred Circles in the reverse position, 10 of Cups in the reverse position, the Hanged One or the Hanged Man is what it's called in this deck, okay, in the reverse position. And then you have Prince of Sacred Circles upright, 6 of Staves upright, and the Tower upright. And then we'll get into your other cards as they come along, okay? Now, also wanted to say here real quickly that Aquarius, if this isn't your energy, this could be the energy of a person or people you're dealing with, or just your general environment situation, okay? But like I always say, only take what resonates with you, and always make sure to check out your other astrology placements, to check your other horoscopes and the other videos here on my channel as well. So, when we start off here with your King of Sacred Circles in the reverse position, this is an energy of not feeling like you have a lot of support around you at the beginning of this time frame around the 17th, okay? This also could have something to do with you not being open to helping out the younger generation learn something. Okay, so normally when this card is right side up, you see this Native American man, okay, and he's playing the drum, right? But he's all about enlightening, okay? You see the lightning in the background here, okay, right near his crown chakra, enlightening the younger generation because he's an older king, okay? So he's all about abundance, okay, and for momentum, and he has a lot of support around him, all the tools that he needs to make a good kingdom and to give back in some way. Now, when the card is in the reverse position, it is basically the opposite of that, okay? So you may be feeling not particularly abundant during this time. You could feel like your communication skills are not where they normally would be, or your power or authority or your personality has some stagnant energy around it. It could be that you don't have the energy, or there's like this lower vibrational stuff kind of going on here. And it could also be the thing where I mentioned where you're having a hard time finding your voice in some way and able to give back to whatever the younger generation would be for you, or just other people in general here. All right. Now, before we move to your second card, actually, this is where my spirit guides want me to talk to you about what's on the top and the bottom of one of your other decks here, okay, in relation to the card we just talked about, your King of Sacred Circles in reverse, or also known as King of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So anytime we talk about, what's on the top and the bottom of each deck, this is past energy, excuse me, why certain cards may have come out, or just past energy kind of still lingering around. Okay, so in the recent past, you have the Eight of Cups in the upright position on the top of your deck, and then on the bottom here, you have Five of Wands upright. So this could be saying, Aquarius, in the recent past, you might have walked away from something to gain more insight into your next decision that you were going to make, okay? But you really feel this with the Eight of Cups in the upright position of taking a break from something, not making a good or bad decision, okay, however you see it or someone else may see it, but really just taking a break to get in touch with your emotions. I feel like this card has the beginning stages of it to be similar to the Hermit card as well. So going off to find your own answers about something. And then with the Five of Wands and the right side up position, this is an energy of reaching out to your support system, whatever it may be, okay, in the recent past as well, and asking for help as far as planning for the future, not taking life so seriously in some way, okay, and just really practicing and playing and planning for the future, okay? So even though all of these really positive things were going on, right, you trying to access your intuition and emotions about something before making a decision, reaching out to your support group in some way, then here you have, right, we just talked about the King of Sacred Circles in the reverse, okay? So it could be that since this is past energy, maybe you didn't get enough of this taking life not so seriously energy, or maybe you didn't get enough support from friends or family or whatever your support system may be, okay? Maybe you didn't practice enough or plan enough for the future, and this is why you have that stagnant energy of the King of Sacred Circles in the reverse position. Okay, but let's kind of keep going because you do have some good cards coming up as well. But this is just kind of background information about why we started off with that card, okay? Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so then with your second card here, you have the Ten of Cups in the reverse position. This is also an energy here, Aquarius, where you're not emotionally content or happy about something during this time frame. It could also be that some type of leveling up for you is put on hold, or didn't happen yet, or wasn't well received by you or another person, or there's a celebration being put on hold with the Ten of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, so again, a little bit of some more static energy here. Not static, but stagnant, stagnant energy here. All right, but that could just be, you know, for a little bit of time. As I always say, everything ebb and flows. You always take the good with the bad, and so if you're patient enough, before you know it, something better will happen. Okay. Now, your third card here, Aquarius, is the Hanged One or the Hanged Man in the reverse position. So this is talking about there could be another reason why there is all this stagnant energy here for you. This slowing down of energy, this not feeling all the way in your power, you know, having a hard time with your emotions, or wanting to not level up in some way. I also want to say with the Ten of Cups in the reverse position is that, right, 10 is a completion number. If you don't want to level up in a work situation, a project, or a relationship, this could also be another kind of thing going on here, okay? But that doesn't have to be for everybody, but I just wanted to mention it, all right? But there really is something going on here, Aquarius, where there's a blockage as far as you being able to look at something from a new perspective, okay? So I feel like you're going to be able to switch that more by the second week here, the last week of July, okay, or even the first week of August. Again, it's not exact, right? But this is you wanting to start coming out of this energy and knowing that it's not productive for you. It's not helping you manifest whatever you currently want to manifest in your life. Because if you are able to ground yourself more, Aquarius, right, and just slightly look at something from a different perspective or angle or viewpoint or philosophy, however you want to say it, right, then you will start being more abundant. You will start getting that energy flowing again and moving forward. But you have to be open to looking at something from a new perspective here, okay? Let go of that stubborn energy and just be open to it, because that will move you forward. And here we go, Aquarius, with your fourth card. You are moving forward here, okay? This is the Prince of Sacred Circles in the right side up position, right? This is a prince, okay, which would be very similar to a knight in other decks. So he's not yet a king, but he's slowly moving up. He's open to learning new things, okay? It's all about vulnerability, communication. There could be, in that last week of July, some communication that comes in for you, whether you give someone a communication or someone gives you a communication, or if not that, just a general medium-sized opportunity from the universe may be coming in for you here. And when we talk about communication, we also have to note in this card, this Native American man here is holding the peace pipe, okay? So the peace pipe is like, I want to sit down with you and not make war. I want to communicate with you on a vulnerable level and get to some kind of peace of energy between two groups of people or two people, whatever it may be. Okay, so you really see that here with that Native American kind of cultural note is there as well, okay? But let's keep moving forward. And here we have it. Finally, your celebration here, Aquarius, are be happening more towards the second week, the last week of July, middle of the week or so. Okay, again, even it could go into the first week of August. But you really feel that there is some more support coming in all around you, Aquarius. There's reasons to celebrate again for momentum. The energy starts flowing again here with the Six of Staves in the upright position, also known as the Six of Wands upright. And here you see this Egyptian-like scene, okay, and there's a man in a chariot, and the horses are pulling him. He's in some type of race, and everyone is cheering him along, okay, so a lot of support, again, with this energy. So really beautiful here, Aquarius. Now, here we have the Tower, right, as your sixth card and the main six in the center spread here. So this is not a card to be scared of. This just talks about some type of change or transformation or enlightenment happening for you at this time, at the end of the first week or weekend, last weekend, I'm sorry, at the end of the last week or weekend of July or first week of August here, okay, with the Tower and the upright position. So this talks about some type of enlightenment, aha moment. Oh, I finally understand, I finally see, revelation, spiritual downloads, you know, whatever you want to call it here. But you can really see that again with the lightning hitting the top of the tower, and that represents your crown chakra here. Okay, so this could talk about a small change or a big change happening. It really depends on everybody, as it is a general reading here, okay? But this is actually where my spirit guides want me to talk to you about what is on the top and the bottom of your other deck here, okay, before we get into your tarot confirmation cards. So, this is again energy from the recent past. What is recent? You have to ask yourself that each individually here, Aquarius, okay? It could be months ago, it could be years ago. It really depends, all right? But what you have on the top of your deck is the High Priestess upright, and she actually came out a few times when I was shuffling for you. And then on the bottom, okay, you have the Hierophant in the reverse position. So this is talking about in the recent past, you or the person you're dealing with, right, or your general environment, situation, whatever it may be, was very intuitive, okay, was using the signs from the universe and their own inner guidance and intuition to make decisions, okay? So even though you have this beautiful energy of the High Priestess upright in the recent past, there's also the Hierophant in the reverse position. So this talks about a couple different things. It could be that some of you guys are not feeling your own leadership qualities very well in the recent past. It could be that you lost confidence or trust with someone who has a leadership position over you. You know, it could be a boss, it could be a teacher, it could be a mentor, it could be a priest, whatever you want to call it, okay? But there is also this feeling of not being open to learning something new, even though you have all this intuition, or the person you're dealing with has all this intuition about something here, okay? I also want to call out what zodiac signs I see. What do we have here? Okay. We've got some Libra energy. We have Pisces. We have Taurus. So yeah, Libra, Pisces, Taurus is really what I see here at this time. So, you know, I want to talk about these two cards, right, in relationship to your last card in the present. This is the past and this is the present. So it could be here, Aquarius, saying that there was some fallout with you know, your own leadership abilities or your trust in a leader, okay, what spiritual mentor, teacher, guru, priest, whatever you want to call it, okay, and this maybe brought about this dramatic change, whether it's a small change or a big change, this enlightenment, this spiritual downloads, this aha moments, I finally understand, the revelations, okay? All right, so with that being said, we are now going to get into your tarot confirmation cards here, Aquarius. Okay, so I'm going to call them out for you first, and then we will go in order. Your first tarot confirmation card is the Two of Cups in the reverse position. Your second is the Judgment card in the right side up position, and your third is the Nine of Wands in the right side up position. So generally when we talk about the tarot confirmation cards, it again is past energy, and sometimes the third tarot confirmation card can be a little bit of past and future. It kind of depends. But generally it's past unless I otherwise say so, alright? So, we'll go in order here. With this Two of Cups in the reverse position, this is an energy of, there in the recent past here, Aquarius, was not an equal give and take with someone. There was not like a higher vibrational love, okay, or union, but more lower vibrational union, okay? What is high vibrational? That would be like a higher vibration is when you're coming from, you're taking care of yourself the most that you can, and so is the other person, and you're both wanting to treat the other person with respect and a fairness, okay, and just treat everyone like a human being. Lower vibrations is when you're coming from a more selfish place and you're not treating the other person right, or they're not treating you right, okay? But again, this is a union card normally when it's right side up, just so you can see it, okay? So this could be saying, again, Aquarius, in the recent past, there was some type of union. It could be a work relationship. It could be a union with a romantic partner, of course. It could be a union also with friends or family, and it could be a union with different parts of yourself, but something wasn't equal, something wasn't balanced, and something wasn't in the best intentions in some way here in the recent past. Now this card is coming in and it's confirming, okay, the King of Sacred Circles in reverse, okay, and also your Prince of Sacred Circles in the upright position, all right? So this is saying, again, kind of why these cards have come out this way. Could be an explanation for some of you, right? That this union that wasn't equal, whatever it may be, okay, made you go into that mode here, Aquarius, of not feeling super confident about your own abilities, okay? Not feeling like you have enough support around you, not being able to give back to others in some way as well. But then you could have used that more towards that last week of July that we talked about here, Aquarius, as a catalyst, as fuel to then say, I'm not going to stay in that mode. I'm going to get rid of the stagnant energy, and I am going to use it to be a better communicator, to be open to learning something new, and to sit down with somebody and find that peaceful vibe that maybe wasn't there before. Okay, your second confirmation card, the Judgment card in the right side of position. Okay, just forgive, it's got a little incense mark on it here, okay? But the Judgment card, again, is past energy. This could be saying that in the recent past, there could have been something that you were trying to figure out whether you wanted to start it again. You were asking yourself, do I want to revisit this? Do I want to rebirth this? Do I want to do over with something here, okay? And this is like the traditional kind of depiction of the Judgment card, right, from the Bible, okay? So there's someone here, they're in their grave, and there's a man at the top of the mausoleum, and he's coming down to wake him up, right? His soul is going to be judged, okay? And if it's deemed true, right, then he can go to the afterlife or be reborn or whatever you want to call it, okay? Regardless of religion or your personal viewpoints, okay? It is a metaphor, right? Do I want to restart something? Do I want to revisit it? Was something judged fairly? Were their actions justified? Were my actions justified? That kind of energy, okay? So when it's coming in here and it is confirming the 10 of Cups in the reverse position is your second card, remember? And then the 6 of Staves or 6 of Wands upright as your fifth card, okay? So there could have been something, again, Aquarius, in the recent past where there was some kind of judgment made, okay, that maybe you didn't like or the other person didn't like, because then it made you really question your emotions or their emotions, and you weren't happy with that judgment, okay? Or it could be that you felt like it wasn't time to level up in some way. So if the judgment was somebody was offering you something really good, right? Like they're offering you a new level in a work relationship or a romantic relationship or whatever it may be, but maybe you didn't feel like it was the right time, or you just wanted to put that celebration on hold, okay? Now, when this Judgment card is also confirming the 6 of Staves in the upright position or the 6 of Wands upright, this is basically saying that you could have said, okay, I'm going to take this judgment and I'm going to basically use it to rely on my support system and ask them kind of what their advice maybe is for you if they found themselves in a similar situation. Or you could reach out to somebody if it's a work or project thing that again has dealt with something similar, okay? Or it could be when we talk about celebrations, right? I said the 10 of Cups in the reverse position was a celebration put on hold in that first week, the 17th, okay? And then here's your celebration in the second week. This also could be saying, right, that the first week wasn't time to have that celebration or leveling up in some way. And here we come, Aquarius, by the second week, the last week of July, then you're ready to finally celebrate. You're getting more support from other people in your support system, okay? But let's keep moving forward here and go to your third confirmation card, which is the Nine of Wands in the right side up position. This is, again, energy, a little bit of both past and future, okay, energies here. And it could be that if this is something that you don't want, it could be a warning to just pay attention to this particular message and try to work on those issues within yourself or within the other with the other person, right? But the Nine of Wands upright is an energy of being too defensive about something and other people seeing you as vulnerable, okay, or you seeing yourself as vulnerable and not wanting other people to see you that way, okay? But this also talks about coming from a place where you're blocking some type of growth. Also, it could be that you're just really defensive. You're not wanting to open up to somebody or something here. And so this is a message to Aquarius. Have yourself let go of some of that defensive energy and let people in a little bit more as well. When this Nine of Wands energy is coming in and it's confirming, okay, the Hanged Man in the reverse position and the Tower in the right side up position, this is basically saying here, Aquarius, that if you want to see things in a new perspective, a new view, okay, a different angle, you have to be letting your guard down some, your defenses down. You don't have to fight everybody, right? There's a time and a place for that, okay? And the more that you can look at something from a new perspective, okay, or be open to that and also really ground yourself, right? So that means taking care of yourself, eating the right foods, getting enough sleep, all of those things. I was saying, Aquarius, that the more that you can see something from a new perspective or different angle or be open to that and let some of your defenses down, right? Then you can get that enlightenment, that change that you really need, okay? And get the aha moment, the spiritual download, the revelations, and kind of move forward with your life here, okay? Now, Aquarius, with all that being said, let's get into your oracle cards before you go here, all right? So your first oracle message is the Rebecca Campbell deck, okay? And it says, surrender to the sweetness. And there's these two people in the water here, and there's some waterfalls, and it's really beautiful, okay? But it talks about Venus energy, pleasure, joy, and it's a message to make love to life, all right? So find your joy, right? Find what makes you happy, what fulfills your cup, and go do that as long as it's not hurting anybody else, right? So that's beautiful here, Aquarius. And then your second oracle message, your love message, whether you're watching for romantic reasons or platonic love or even self-love or one or the other or all of them, right? And your message is pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. All right. So that could be a particular message at this time for some of you guys. We'll wait for the airplane. Hold on. Okay. So, right, always trust your intuition, always trust the signs, okay, trust your gut, okay, if something doesn't feel right, then it usually isn't right, okay, so take that how it applies to you during this time. And then your very last oracle message here, Aquarius, is the dog, okay, so cute, right? I always stop and talk to all the dogs, I'm like the crazy dog lady. But anyway, this particular message, it says, your loyalty and faithlessness is misplaced by serving too many masters. Okay, so it's really about priorities, right? So don't try to do everything. And get your priorities straight, and remember that ultimately you are the only master that really matters, okay? All right. Also, with this dog energy, if you want to, you can look up the Native American symbolism, power animal of a dog, what that would represent, okay, how you could incorporate even dog magic into your life at this time, or really any time if you want to take it to another level there. Anyway, that is your message for this time. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much as always for your likes, for your shares, for your subscriptions. You know, I really appreciate it, and just your energy in general. Please feel free to let me know in the comments down below if this resonated with you or not, if you like these outdoor readings, if you prefer the indoor readings, if you want some different theme readings, whatever suggestions you want to share with me, I will always take that into account as well. And also, if you did like this video and you want to subscribe, it is free. All you have to do is click on the bell icon on the bottom right and make sure it's blue and it's active, and it'll just notify you when I put out new videos. So other than that, you guys take care and enjoy this time period, and I will see you guys later. All right, bye.